And welcome back to Court Farm Country Estates. It's springtime and we need to get field 109 planted. First, it needs to be mulched, but having returned the mulcher, we're going to need to get a replacement. We also need to roll the grass fields to get them growing again. Let's get farming. So I'm kicking myself a little bit because we returned the mulcher over the winter. I think we returned it in December. So yeah, last episode we returned the mulcher. And it's needed. We still have field 6 to go. I don't think the shop opens, unfortunately, until 8:30 a.m. though. Yeah, let's just hop the fence and we'll pop in there, I think, and we can order ourselves the mulcher we need. And I want to get in here quickly because I noticed there's a Robert mulcher available for 8,895, 47% off. It's only got 9 hours on it. It is looking a little bit worse for wear, but I'm quite liking it. I think this will be a great little mulcher to have on the farm. There's a signaling kit we can get on it, but we're not really planning on taking it on the road much. So I think we'll go with that. So let's buy that. There is also a Kubota M6 for 51,000 on here. Unfortunately, that's a little bit out of our price range. And to put on the Isaria stuff, which I'd need for it, because it's a spraying tractor I want it for, takes it up to 71,000. So, yeah, it's still a little bit out, and we've got a few days yet. We just need the gates to open at the shop. And at 9 o'clock, there we go. Gates are open. So pop back out here, grab our tractor. And now that we have our mulcher in here, we can get it picked up. It's a little bit annoying that, but yeah, 9 o'clock. I need to remember, if I'm buying something right at the beginning of the day, it's going to be 9 o'clock I have to wait at the shop to open it. We might as well back it into the workshop while we're here, get it repaired up. Our tractor is really in need of some repairs as well, so just put this up on the ramp a bit and come over here. So yeah, condition of our tractor is halfway. Condition of the mulcher actually isn't bad, so we'll repair our tractor while we got some cash. We'll repair the mulcher as well. That's only 134. And then we can get this all back onto the road, get back up to our farm, and get this field mulched. We still have the field beans to sell, of course. So we've got a little bit of money that's coming later on. Well, we're going to get about 30,000 off them, I think I saw, which is not bad at all. But it isn't going to come to us till June, so we won't be able to actually use that money till then. As a result, I very much am thinking that we want to get a different crop in here. And the best crop for me to get into this field, I think, would be to put some oats in. I think oats would be a great crop to do on here. They pay well. We can get some straw out of them as well, and yeah, it should be a crop that we can sell at sort of winter time as well, which is when I want to get everything on here sold. So I think we're looking at oats. We might get this turned around today. I don't know how likely that is. We've got a lot of work to get this field done, and as I said, I really want to get the fields rolled for the grass so that we can get a cut of grass in as soon as possible this year. This mulcher, I think, is about as wide as the previous one we were using, but it runs a little bit slower. We're only running sort of 6-7 miles an hour going around this headland. It's decent, and for 8,000, I really can't complain about it. It's doing a great mulching job. It does seem to be a little bit rear heavy. The back wheels slide from time to time, and you can see it doing it there, and it's causing me a little bit of issue keeping it straight in places. In general, it's not too bad. I'm able to get around the field without too much difficulty. It's just one of those things I need to watch for. Every so often the tractor just wants to squirrel away from me. You can see at times the wheel slipping as it's trying to sort of work with this. You can see they spin a lot faster at times, and that's when the rear of it, the skids, are sort of moving the tractor and it's having trouble actually getting grip on the rear tires, and that's when it's getting squirrely. That's when it's causing me issues, and I'm finding the tractor wants to move about a bit. Like I've done previously, I'm going to treat this top section of the field a little bit differently. We will fill this in now and finish this off, and then we can get into the main body of the field after that. This is throwing up so much lime. The tractor is absolutely caked in it. So yeah, I think we're going to need to buy that pressure washer I've been talking about for so long today, just so that we can get all the lime off this tractor and clean it up. It's an odd shaped field, this. Having to do this little section here separately, just because otherwise I'd be doing huge amounts of maneuvering and very little actual field work. If I did it differently is very strange. But it does seem to work on here every time so far. That's this little section of the field done. So now we'll head down to the bottom of the field and work our way back up. We're slowly moving up the field. I'm really hoping to have this job done by midday. There's only an hour and 10 minutes left before that happens. I'm slightly worried that we're not going to get everything done today I'd like to do. I would really like to get this field seeded. We do need to go buy more seeds and fertilizer, though, if we're going to do that. So it's quite a tall order for that. Getting the grass rolled, that is a massive thing we need to do, though. Very, very important, that job. Oh, yeah. The need for a second tractor is becoming more and more apparent at the moment. We would easily get through this. Either a second tractor or a second day. It being springtime, of course, we have some calves. We have our first calves on the farm. We also have our second set of lambs. And we got to the point now, I think, where we probably want to sell off the set of cows we got last year. They are up to 1,500, but at 32 months, so their price is going to start dropping soon. They have had 8 calves, so we've got calves here who are working their way through puberty. Now, if I sell the 8 dairy cows we've got, and we use that money to buy some cows that are some younger dairy cows that are ready to produce milk, I think that will be the best way for us to go. We'll make the most out of our cows then, and we'll easily be able to replace with cows that are younger and will work their way up to be worth that again. Plus they'll produce more calves too, and we can keep going round in that, building the dairy herd up, which is great news. I mean, that's especially if you're on a map long term, that's a really great way to do it. Get a load of cows, get them to produce calves, then almost immediately sell them off, and you'll end up with a set of calves, plus you'll be able to work another set of cows up to being worth enough to do the same thing again. 140 seems to be a pretty good angle to work this field. It's still working across the slope, although it is a little bit down the slope as well. But it fits in for doing that corner quite nicely, and also allows us to finish off without having to go round bits and pieces. Yeah, I like doing it at this angle. It works well for us. Almost there, and I'm kind of looking at this going, I think it would be pretty good to take a line across from that corner there, and have the top section of this field where it's a little bit weird just come across here like that, it would mean that we're a little bit less fiddly in this last couple of bits. Looks like this is how it, well, that's how it's kind of been handled before. That didn't go down, so reverse up a little bit and do it again. There we go. But otherwise, yeah, no complaints at all. This has worked pretty well for us here. And we'll be able to go and get the grass fields rolled now. It is nearly 20 past 12, so a little bit later than I would have liked. But not so horrendously out that it's going to cause us a lot of problems. Turn that off, fold it up like that, and we'll go put this back in the shed. And now I need to address a little bit of an oddity. I'd fully expected these grass fields to grow a stage over winter. We cut them in November and we didn't roll them because we thought, oh, they'll sort themselves out. However, that's not been the case. Having a look on the map, you can see here that this is still all marked as harvested. So we need to get the rollers out. We need to get these rolled, and then they'll go forward a stage today. Hopefully then by by next time maybe, or by May at the latest, we'll be able to cut these again. And that means we will have the opportunity to get 4 cuts done this year if we're lucky. Right around the field should give us adequate space to turn in our main, or our work on the main body of the field. So we'll spin this round here. Not got 2 headlands done on this bit, and you can see why I wanted to do 2 headlands. There's not quite enough space to turn around in one. I'll have to go back and get that sort of little triangle that's been missed there. All in all, though, there should be enough space to turn around at the ends now, which will work to our advantage as we work our way through the rest of this field. Even with 2 headlands done at either end, it's still a very tight turn. I have to turn out slightly first, then quickly round, and then that gives me enough space to bring it right round, line my wheels up there, come back out, and it means that I don't miss anything. It's quite a maneuver. It is working, but it's not quite as easy as I'd hoped that would make it. Both these jobs today have been sort of trundling along at 7 miles an hour. Not too bad a speed, but it is taking its time. We are up to 10 to 2 and just over halfway through this field. As I said, we do have the edges of the sheep field to do, and we also have that little field the other side of the sheep. I don't know if we really need to do either of those. Neither of them produced a huge amount of bales, and it was kind of more to get our precision farming, our environmental score up a bit, because yeah, we need to try and raise that a bit. It's not in the negatives, which is good, but we do have room for improvement. Into the last section of the field, we've got a fairly big triangle that we're working through now, just to finish things off. And yeah, not taking us too long. We've taken another 25 minutes really to get through the rest of this field. I think we're going to end up having another 40 minutes in total. So I reckon we might finish this by 2:30. And then we just need to get around the sheep field and that little bit. I was considering not doing it, as I said earlier, but to be honest, we might as well get it all rolled while we're at it. Been around for the last little bit, and then this will be finished off. Oh, look at that. That makes me happy. I didn't think we were going to be able to roll these. I didn't think we were going to be able to make the difference. And the fact that we have been able to roll these and make that difference is brilliant. Right, let's fold these up so that we can get them over to the sheep field. Meanwhile, I want to see what it is in here. Oh, it's linseed. Linseed's been planted in this field. And how much is field 59/136? It is 121,000. That's not bad. I do want to buy that field, and if I can buy that field this year as part of the seeding, as part of this year's crop, then we'll be able to actually justify buying it. I'm not sure how good it is otherwise, but yeah, it'd be a good field to have and would get me up to the 3 fields that I would like to be on for this map. Going around the edge of the sheep field here with this shouldn't take me very long. It's about as wide as the roller is. We can have a little bit of trouble, I think, getting down the sides of the feeding area. I think we'll be otherwise okay. Right, that is out. Let's put that down and roll this. I only want to do this in one path, so I don't think we're going to get all of it. It's not something I'm overly worried about. Lots and lots of grass around here. Interesting, this top corner is all marked now as being grass field, but it all seems to be a little bit, just a little bit odd. It's grown well already, although it's not marked as ready to harvest. So yeah, I think there's a bit of scruff grass in amongst this too. Bring it round. It'd be nice if the sheep grazing on it did have an effect, but I don't think they do. I'm gonna run over the sheep's grass a little bit, and that has no effect on that whatsoever. Wow. I don't know if I expected it to or not, but yeah, it definitely doesn't. And yeah, this is where it gets fiddly, because we have to work our way around all of this feeding troughs and bits like that. Will that fit through there? Yes, it will. Just, and then we can get this triangular bit here done. In fact, yeah, we had to do 2 passes around this side of the field, and probably 2 passes down the bottom as well. And then we also need to get this little field down the bottom here done too. I wonder actually if I could get a little bit on a slope. I wonder if we could get chickens down here. I think this would be the perfect area to put chickens. It's out the way. We could easily put a few pens in here that might then get us a few eggs off here. I don't know. The trouble is, money is tight to the point where I don't know if I can invest in chickens at this point. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. I'm just not so sure about it. Wow, the outer edge of this field is actually going to require a 3rd pass. That surprises me. There we go. That's all of the areas around the sheep field done. There's a little bit here, I think, that I could possibly do. But all in all, that means that we're going to be in a good position in the near future. We're going to be able to get all of this stuff. Sheep are getting in the way now. All of this grass cut again, and there's more grass around this edge of the sheep field than I realized. I probably won't muck around up at the feeding troughs again, but I certainly will cut the edges around this, and we'll be good. Right, let's lift this up, and then we can fold it away, and jobs are good, and we are done with the rolling. So we'll put this back in the shed, and then I've got one last thing I want to look at, and that is can we make some money from our animals? We've got some 5-month-old lambs that are never really going to produce any wool for us, so we might try giving them a sell. We also have our older cows that I think we can sell as well, so we can do that. The other thing I want to do, and we'll use it next time, I'm not going to use it this time, but we need to buy it, is something I've been talking about buying for ages, pretty much since the start of this series. We need a pressure washer. Where is the best place to put this thing? Here might be. Oh, there, at that angle. Perfect. Yep. That is exactly what I want. Nice and central and easy in the middle of the yard. It's exactly where that should be. Right, let's go and have a look at these cows and see if we can make a little bit more money off them. So if we come into here, we have 8 Holsteins at 32 months, which are worth 1,500. So if we sell all of those, it will cost us £800 to get them picked up and delivered, and we'll make 11,200. That's reasonable. It's going to cost us more than that to hire a animal transport again. To transport 8 of these, so if we go for this to do it in one go, as this is doing, that will cost us £861. Damn. That actually suddenly seems worth getting that and holding on to it. I thought I was saving myself some money. I really wasn't. In fact, to get the cows I want, it isn't really worth it. I might as well keep my 32-month-old cows and let them produce some more calves, because I'm not going to save any money at all. No, it's not worth doing. I don't want the animal transport cost, because it's going to cost me £800 either way, and I don't want to lose that. So that actually is not great. Now, where's the sheep? Here's the sheep. We have a ton of wool that we need to sell, so we got that. So that's good news. Over here, we've got lambs worth 225 pounds. That would cost me 342. That would only make me 1,460. Yeah, I wouldn't make a huge amount off there. It's not worth selling the animals. I'm just gonna leave them as they are, which is not where I thought I was gonna end up with this. But we just don't have the time left on the farm. That's where I'm gonna leave it for today, though. We will pick up with planting some oats next time and probably trying to get rid of those weeds. We'll see what comes up in the shop. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.